Okay, so sometimes talking about Trinity looks like three governments, like Shlosha Rashuyot, and perhaps it's actually one Rashut. So
Well,
can one government actually?
like we
explain?
say, it's all the letter Aleph. It's all one. In this world, the things are split because it is not a person that can hold all the concept together. So everything split to, like, all the world is split of millions and milliards of people because nobody can be everybody. When we talk about God, we have to understand that in Kabbalah learning it is God. It is a God, and it is after this what we call Olam HaAtzilut.
26 is Yud-Kei Vav-Kei?
Yeah. It is Olam HaAtzilut. After it is like the Olam HaBriya, the create world, the spiritual world, Briya, Yetzirah, Asiyah. Alright, so it's like Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, Atzilut, Briya, Yetzirah. Now, Atzilut, it's like godliness. But Atzilut, still there are 10 Sfirot, there are 3 lines, so there are everything you can find here, you can find here too. So in one way it's God, but in another way it's not God. So what it means Atzilut? Atzilut, the word Atzilut, it came from the word Le'atzil. Moshe, when he gave from his spirit to the 70 oldest, the Torah used the word Le'atzil. U'etzil, it means it takes something from him out and he gives to them. But the word Etzel, Atzilut, came from the word Etzlo. Etzlo, it means with him. Even it's something that came out from me, it stay with me. So it's the word of paradox that really, it's like intermediate between God, that God you cannot talk about a number about God, you cannot talk about Trinity, about anything about Him. So it's God by Himself, and it is something between the Word and God. And this thing that is between the God by Himself and the Word is Olam HaAtzilut, and in Olam HaAtzilut you have all the concept of Trinity, etc. The Son and the Father and the Mother and the daughter and the grandfather, all kind of concept we can think. So we have to understand that Atzilut, it means something that I took some out of myself, but it's something that stays etzli, it's still with me. It means somebody that live in Olam HaAtzilut, that is a consciousness of Olam HaAtzilut, it means that you have a godliness consciousness. It doesn't mean that it's God, but his consciousness is with God. It's completely united. He don't have an ego. In Olam HaAtzilut, the ego don't exist. We are there, but you don't have a self-ego. The ego is just the ego of God. Alright, so it's a paradox. So we have to understand that when we talk about three, in one way we talk about three, but in another way when we talk about God by Himself.
Three or Trinity?
Trinity of 10, or like the concept of 10 in like the 10 Sfirot in Kabbalah, etc. So we talk about something that is between. We call it a rectification word.
World.
It's a word that is completely have a rectification. It means everything you can find in this world. Airplane, boat, everything that is low is here. But it's all godliness. It means everything exists in a state of being one in consciousness with God. It's like really, we left God, but we're still with Him. We are separate from God, but we are still with God. Right? So this is the idea of Atzilut. It means only from this state of godliness we can take about all kind of concept. even more high of this. But this is just the symbol for what we're talking about.
At that level of consciousness, we are not independent from
this
God.
This is a create world, but it's still this is a create world in the state of being still with God. It's
no independence yet.
Yeah, it's independent and it's still together with God. It's why when we talk about different name of God, so we can relate a different name of God to different concept in the Olam HaAtzilut. It's like we say, why? I mean, why God needs so many names? All right, there are many names. There are Yudke Vavke, there are name of Elokim, there are name of Adnut, there are name of Shaddai, Adonai, Tzvaot, Eheye, Yudke, Yah, so there are many.
Kadosh Baruch Hu.
No, Kadosh Baruch Hu, it's not a name. It's just the way we call him, but it's not a name. Okay. There are names that you cannot raise.
Elohim,
Holy names. There are 7 names.
Elohim?
Elohim is one of them. El is one of them. Alright, so each name corresponds to a function of God. There are different functions. Yud K is represents the wisdom. Ek represents the mother. Alright, so there are different names that represent a different function of God related to this world. So it's always we talk about related to this world. Alright? This is like a basic introduction to understand that we can talk about different faces in godliness and still understand that is only one God.
Hashem Echad.
Hashem Echad.
I have another question. Some religions look at the Trinity and God as something completely exotic, exterior from us, separated from us.
No, everything that has to do with
it's everything also we inside.
Learn, everything we learn in Torah, especially in Chassidut, we learn it in the soul. It's why I talk about a rabbi and a teacher. I give example of life. If not, this has nothing to do with me, what I learned Torah. The Torah that we learn is the Torah of life, is the Torah that has to teach me how to fix this world, how to see the thing correctly, how everything, how the construction of everything has to be correct. Alright, so everything we learn is in the soul. God is inside of us. It's not that is a big animal over there and we are here small and it's if you will be a good boy, you will go to heaven. If you will be a bad boy, you go to hell. This is a very infantile way to see the thing. It must be when we deal with kids, when we talk with children. This is the way we think the things that we are here and God is there.
It's completely separated, but it's
not. When we are grow up, we understand that God is in every faction we do as a nation, as all human beings. God is everywhere.
And Od Milvado.
And Od Milvado, it's everywhere, everywhere in the body. In the body, I have the Trinity too. I have the Moach, I have the Lev, the heart, I have the brain, the heart, and the liver. I have the acronym of Melech, of king. It's one king, but it's 3 kings. Alright? This is the father, this is the mother, the heart, and this is the son. Alright, so, mi ani? Who I am?
Who am I?
Equal Aleph. 111. You will think that you are 3 person? No, you are 1 person. But we still have different parts of the body. Right? And basically, the world is split to 3. Alright, so we have to understand this concept that is very simple, that everything in this world is split to 3. We have the Gimel Limot, the 3 basic letters that called Emesh. represents the fire, the water, and the air that makes the peace between the fire and the water. Mayim, Esh, Avir. This is the three letters that, like the three mother of all the letters in the 22 letters. So the Trinity, it's something inside of us, outside of us, in everywhere. And it's the way that everything in this world is built from the beginning, from the more basic thing, more basic structure start with three. Structure start with three elements.